Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So today I'm going to have it again in two parts, a bit like I had the other vlogs, vlog 1 and vlog 2. This is just a get ready with me, and I thought it was a really good idea to do a get ready with me while I'm actually doing like cleaning the apartment, getting everything ready, getting my mum's room ready, everything like that, because then that kind of tests the makeup, kind of the durability, everything like that really does test it, because I'm going to be, going around doing lunch, doing everything else. In the meantime, making sure the apartment's okay, lots of things that I don't get to do when I'm trying to, catch up on myself, basically. So it's a really good idea, because I think then we get to kind of really test the foundations, all these kind of things that we really want, even before a primer or a setting spray, really see how they work. So I tried to kind of switch. I'm doing my shop, my stash. I will record it a little bit later on, maybe on Monday. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention that I am doing on Monday is, now these are by no way new. So this is from Jess Wright, and she was on The Only Way is Essex. And she has, and again, they're not new at all, fresh faced cream face mask. And the great thing about that is it's not just one application. You can use what you want and then put it back on the top again, so it looks really nice. This is the perfect addition to your skincare, retinol infused with oat extract and hyaluronic acid. Great for on the go or a pamper night in. So that's that one. And then I got the hair one, because my hair certainly does need it. And this is a really pretty picture too. This is the Say Hello to Healthier Looking Hair, infused with aloe extract, argan oil and avocado. So you just leave that in. It says you can use it as a conditioner or leave it in for 20 minutes. So I'll do that as well. I can't wait to try those out. So yes, so I'm going to try this primer again. I wasn't 100% sold on it when I first got it. It is good because it has a little safety cap. And again, this will be in two parts. So we're going to do the get ready with me, upload that, then I'm going to go straight into recording, getting the apartment ready and everything else like that. So it will be in two parts. So this is what it looks like. And it is very, very kind of, I don't know what I want to call it, greasy, but there's an oiliness to it. So all my skincare is done. This is what it looks like. And mine is in Do Me a Favor. So that's what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I am still going to do my Duo 4-in-1 Glow from Maybelline. I'm going to be mixing these colours. And then what I'm going to do is, and I really want to try this, is mix my W7 Golden Drops with the Rimmel kind of BB cream. So nothing heavy at all. So we're going to try that too. And then again, of course, I'm going to do the setting spray that I've been absolutely loving, which is the Revlon Matte Fix. So let's go ahead and start with that. You can apply it straight to the face, so it's really good for on the go. So this is a Do Me a Favor on the go primer, not on the go, but it would be great for on the go, because you can just pop it on. It's really hygienic as well, because it has that little topper on top, so you can do that. So that's as much as I'm going to go in with this one. I'm just going to rub it in the face. It feels oily, but it does go on a little bit drying, so I'm going to add a little bit more. We do have a primer in the 4-in-1 Maybelline, and I was tempted to use my W7 primer, but I want to give this another go, and we will really see if it works, because it's really going to be put to the test today. So it doesn't really look like anything on the skin, so there is a colour to it, but there's not really, it doesn't really come off on the skin. It comes off clear, so I think that's enough. It does have a greasiness feel, but then it dries almost straight away. So it's an interesting one. I've only used it once or twice, so I may see how I feel about it. Again, you can't pass it on because obviously hygiene reasons, and then it has a double lid, so it is good in that sense. So what we're going to do is go straight in with the Maybelline 4-in-1s, and this is the, I always tell you the name of it, but I'm sure everybody knows it by now, the 4-in-1 Glow. It's the BB cream concealer, highlighter, and the concealer, highlighter and illuminator. So we're going to mix those two colours, and I'm going to start off with the lighter one, which is in 00 Fair Light. And twist the cap. It's really, again, great on the go because you've got that cap and it's not big size. So we're just going to start popping that around face, and a really nice soft feel to it. And before I even blend that in, I'm going to go on top with my 0.5, and this one is Fair Light Cool, and this was the first one I got. I think I've said it in other videos that I thought online was for sure was my colour, but then I clearly saw when I got it from Amazon that it wasn't. But I'm mixing them both because I was originally going to just maybe throw that, and I thought, why not just mix them both and get a really nice colour. So that's what we're going to do. So just rub that around the face. Again, I rub that with my hands. I think when it comes to the BB cream, Rimmel BB cream and the W7 Golden Dew Drops, I will use a blender or a brush for that. So that's around the face, really nice. Does give a beautiful texture, illuminates for sure. I would use a concealer anyway, because of my, sometimes I get acne, but also I just feel like my face needs concealer. I'm going back to my e.l.f. Camo Concealer today, and this is the hydrating one. So what I'll do is I'll do that first, because I want these two, I don't want to really focus this on and then take the colour away by putting on something so light. So that's what we're going to do. And I love e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I always try different ones, but I tend to go back to my e.l.f. a lot. They have so many nice things on the website. I was looking last night. New lip products. I saw that I was in Boots the other day, and Revolution have come out with bronzing drops. I mean, everybody's come out with them at this point, but I'm so tempted to get them, but I know I don't need them. So I've got Drunk Elephant and I've got W7, and I'm switching in between at the minute. So all I'm doing with my finger, because I am going to go in with a sponge, is just warming that up to the skin, bringing it under the brow if there's too much on, and even bringing it down the lid. Okay, like that. And then similar to here. There's so many bronzing drops out now from different various companies, but I'm doing quite well with my Shop My Stash, and I'm kind of switching W7's Dew Drops with the Drunk Elephant, and that's working really well. So all I'm doing here, guys, and I know it looks unusual, is warming all that to the skin. That's all I'm doing. Then I'm gonna go in with my drop, and I don't need to spray this because we have a lot of moisture. We have a lot of moisture already, and you can see how that's working. So you can see it does look a lot here, but you can see as it's blended in with a dry, it's not even a wet sprayed beauty blender, it does look absolutely natural and really wakes you up. So that's what I'm doing for that, because I'm just back from an overnight, so I've got lots to do. Mum's already given me what she wants. Well, giving me instructions in a nice way of what she'd like for dinner tomorrow. So she would like fajitas. So I'm going to go and get all that stuff. Her train comes in at 6 o'clock. I'm working until 3. And then her train comes into Oxford at 6. But the great thing about being in Banbury is that, and that concealer, just to say, is great for kind of redness or scars or anything like that. The great thing about being in Banbury, as I was saying, is there is a train station. So it may be that you can just stay on and get off at Banbury, so that would be quite good. Okay, so I'm just kind of making sure that's all dotted on. I might just put a slight bit more just on the chin area, because I am going through like a redness phase there. So we're going to do that. And I was telling my friends that I got everything new for her, and they thought it was a little bit over the top, but actually, guys, what I wanted to say to them was, due to my job, and you can see I'm putting a lot there, it's just like I'm going through quite a red phase, and I don't want it to kind of halfway through the day know that I haven't put enough on. So because of my job, guys, and because I work with quite vulnerable people, and also they can get quite sick at times, I've just come off antibiotics. So the things I've gotten her are like her own shower stuff, towels, her own bed linen, things like that. And what I will do then is obviously continuously, when she comes, just leave that for her. So I think when I explained that, they understood a bit more, because with my job, they do tend to get sick. And, the last thing I want to do is kind of like, I'll just try to kind of eliminate what I can so that she doesn't, catch anything, because she is quite vulnerable. I don't want anything like that to happen. So yeah, so there we go. And we haven't even put the BB cream on yet. So that's great. So all we used was our Maybelline 4-in-1s. We obviously used that Illuminating High Wet n Wild Luminous Primer, which I am still making my mind up about. And then we went in with our e.l.f. concealer, the hydrating one. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to use the W7 Golden Glow Drops, and I'm going to pop that on a little bit of the BB cream, and this is the Kind to Skin from Rimmel. And I'm actually just going to do what I usually do now, is pop it on my hand, and I haven't even put a lot on, guys, only because we do have really good coverage. And I'm going to just warm that up like that. Okay, and then we're going to go in with the drops on top like that. I'm then going to warm that up on the skin. You can see how lovely it just blends in. Then we're going to dot it around like that. And I think what I did before is I put some extra drops if I felt I needed it. I just wanted to kind of blend it with some sort of BB cream, not a foundation. And I'm just actually going to just use, because my hands have been clean, just use that. And you can kind of see. And then if I do want to go in more, I can, because you be careful around the chin. You don't want to have done all that work with the concealer and things, and then you just kind of go a little bit too dark on the chin area. So that's what that looks like. I'll just do a little couple of dots, nothing major. I just wanted to see if it would be enough if you mixed it in. But I do think I could get away with maybe a few more drops around the face. So I'm just going to go in, and this time we're just going to do a little bit. And this one can be a little bit tricky to come out sometimes. That and the drunk elephant one, I think. Okay, so I've got it on now. It was a bit tricky to get out, but we're just gonna very faintly put it around, because I don't want a contoured look. I do want just a bronze look, and so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to wipe off the excess, and then I'm going to go in with a brush, maybe my bronzing brush, and we're just going to take that around the face really lightly, around the face, up here, make sure it goes into the hairline and the neckline. It definitely gives that bronzed look. You could certainly just put it on the contour areas of the face, and also if you're very pale you could bring it down the neck as well. Now what happens with this, guys, is it does look harsh, but when this is blended out either with a clean beauty blender or a clean brush, which I can do just to show you, it settles down really well. So if I just show you, really settles down quite well. So if I look back, you can see it just looks quite bronzed, quite nice, kind of just off holiday, not too much. And it really just, that's just a really nice look. It's illuminating, it doesn't look dry. And again, the more you blend any product, not just bronzing drops, you're kind of toning it down. So, and it's actually brought out a little bit of colour in my cheeks too, which is a little bit separate, which is quite unique, which I like. Now, in talking about blush and bronze, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild duo today. This is the Alice in Wonderland Disney edition. And because we have quite a strong bronzed effect today, I'm going to go in with the lightest bronze in this. So you do have four, and I'll open it, kind of four different colours. Two in the middle, I would say, are highlighters. A dark one and a kind of this colour. So what I'm going to do is use this one today. And I'm going to go in with my buffing brush from Real Techniques, and all I'm going to do is very lightly, just to kind of set what we've done over. You can see it doesn't make that much of a difference, but what we are doing is setting what we've done. I'm just going to focus it here too. So you can see on both sides, it just gives that little bit of definition, and you know it's going to, and I haven't even taken that much off. You know, it's just kind of settle everything before we put on any setting spray. And then what we're going to do is go in with the slightest bit of the Talk to the Flowers, which is the blush from Wet n Wild, and it's their Disney edition too. And again, I think I've said in other videos, you get such good value for money because the pans are so big. You can see that one's used quite a bit. So again, I'm going to go in with the lighter colour. So again, I would call this a highlighter for sure. And we're going to go in the lightest one here. When you do a kind of a brush all over, it definitely is strong. And then obviously if you use this by itself, if I just show you there, you can see it still has that shimmer. And the one we're using today, which you can see I use a lot, is this one here. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to use my Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm only going in with this colour here, so being really careful. And then we're literally going to bring it up the cheeks super light. Super light, and don't forget we're going in with that blending brush, so if it looks a little bit too much, we do have our buffing brush as well, which we can kind of do in circular motions. And then if we really need to, we can go in with our sponge to calm it down, which you may have seen me do before in other videos. So we're just going to do that. What we can do then is try another brush on this side, which seems to be working out quite well. So what I'm going to do is get my blender sponge and come back. That didn't take too long at all, guys. So if something does happen in that sense of where maybe product sticks to the face or too much has gone on one side, small little beauty blenders or bigger ones, and not dampened at all, just kind of buff that into the skin, not dragging the skin at all, and it really does make a huge difference. So what we're going to do now is move on to the brows, because we really do want to get a really good effect. We want to see that all these products work. And I know I've put it here somewhere. I made an effort to put everything in there. Let's just grab my e.l.f. brow. So the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow is something I've used for years, and it has the brush and the pen and the pencil, I would say, but it comes off a little bit more like a crayon. It's very delicate, so always be careful with that. I'm almost at the end of this one, and then you've got your brush to kind of just brush everything into place. It's the perfect color for me. It's the only one that I've gone back to, so I have tried a few, and I've always gone back to this one. So if you find something that works for you, just stick with it. So we're just gonna like that, and that's kind of what it looks like there. So we're just gonna color them in and just blend where the brow is, so we're not creating something that's not there and then throughout the day it fades and looks unnatural. There we go. But do put the pressure sort of on where you do have brows, but it's lighter, if you know what I mean. So you don't have it sparse, is probably the best way to put it. And then I go back in with the brush and I just run that through. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. Because you want them in the right direction, you want them to look right before you put any or place any color on. So we're just going to pop the lid back on that and then just go through. And they don't have to be absolutely identical, they never are. That's not supposed to be how it is really. So you can see this side takes the color a lot quicker than the other for some reason. And then I'm just going to pop the lid back on, go through with the brush, and then we've got that done. Okay, just going through with that brush again. Okay, and that's that. So what we're going to do is a very quick eye look today. This is the Wet n Wild, and there's certainly something that I use Wet n Wild and e.l.f. and they're very similar too. So this is Cool Whip and this is I Love You a Latte. So what we're going to do is a very quick kind of bronzy look, a little bit of kind of creamy sort of shimmer in the center to give you that awake look, and then kind of do our curling, our lashes and the mascara. So what I'm going to do is go in with e.l.f. I Love You a Latte, and my crease color is going to be this one here. They're not named at all. So we're going to go in with our Real Techniques. Actually, I might go in with this is the e.l.f. Fluffy Blender, and that's what I want. I want to kind of blend it out, and it's a warmer color as well. It's the warmer brown. And again, the minimal color goes a long way with these guys. It really does. You'll see here what I mean. So we're just blending that in really gentle, making sure we're doing circular motions so it's not looking harsh. Going in on the other side. And this will really test out everything, guys. It really will. It'll test out the BB cream. It will certainly test out that luminous Wet n Wild primer. I know we've put on the Maybelline 4-in-1, but I always put that on. And it is more than a primer. It is like a concealer, a illuminator, things like that. So we're just blending that out. Circular motions, nothing harsh, no harsh edges. Again, something quite daytimey. Okay, and you can go stronger if you want. There is even the really dark brown that you could go in if you wanted to, but I'm going for a light kind of look today. And then we're going to be removing this. Everything is going to be gone behind me. I've got everything brand new. It's not going to look like the same room at all. It really isn't. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild, and I'm actually going to use the colour that's barely there, because I think I've said in a couple of my videos now, this did arrive with a couple of other Wet n Wild products with the blusher and bronzer, but this pan was completely smashed. So I think it obviously just happened in transit. There was nothing wrong with that. So what I'm going to do is go in with, because I love this colour and I probably will get it in Boots or something like that, and all I do is just go in the inner corners, and it just works so well. Inner corners again. It just works really well with the e.l.f. I think the duo is lovely. And I think if e.l.f. for these ones had done a 5 quad and put something like a shimmer in, I know this is all matte and it's great for everyday use, things like that, but if they had if I had one more thing to say, if they could have put a kind of a shimmer in one of these, it would have been amazing. Day to night perfectly, and you could go day to night with this too, but that would be one thing I would have loved to see e.l.f. do. And we're just going to go back in. I know it's very hard to see this colour, guys, because the pan is not, that's it there. And we're just going to go in here. And then after that, on the outer corners, I'm going to go in with a deeper brown, and then we're going to kind of blend everything together. Okay, and then curl the lashes. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to go in, these are the 2 browns that are the deepest on the Wet n Wild, and I'll show you the ones on that I'm going to go in with. I'm actually going to be choosing the e.l.f. And the deepest ones are the kind of these 2, and I'm actually going to go in with this one that comes off a little bit darker actually on the skin. We're going to use that for the outer corners, and then we're going to blend. So I'm going to use a placement brush, and this is my Real Techniques. I'm going to take that on, and you'll see how kind of it does go a little bit cooler, but it's also darker, deeper, and I pat that on, and you can see how dark it's come on. So you've seen it in the pan, and then you've seen it come off on the brush, and it certainly is a lot deeper. And then we're just going to do the same on the other side, and then use the same blending brush, and then we will blend the look. So you can see how it all comes together. So that duo is great. It really is a good duo, the e.l.f. and the Wet n Wild, and they're so similar looking, guys. They really are. If you take a look, the only difference here is this has got obviously a 5 pan, this is a 4. And again, if I could say anything for Wet n Wild, is I love the products, but if there was an extra kind of shimmery one, or you know, it would have been really nice. So what we're going to do is go in again with our same blending brush. We're going to blend all that up. Circular motions, not too harsh. That's the whole point of the blending, is don't make it look too harsh. Making sure the 2 that meet in the middle don't have any harsh lines. And then we're going to go in here. So this video will be up before part 2, basically, a bit similar to how I did before. So what I'm going to do now is curl the lashes, and I usually fast forward this for you guys, do the mascara, and then we'll be back. Of course, not forgetting before all of that, my Matte Fix Revolution. So I spray that on, and while I'm curling my lashes, that kind of dries, and then I can do my mascara. So we're going to do that first. This is a really, really good matte fixing spray if you have kind of oily skin. So I'm just going to spray that, give it a bit of a shake. Okay, just let that dry. And so what I'm going to do now is fast forward the eyelash curl and the mascara. So that's the look, guys. I'm really liking this mascara. It's the Mile High from Collections mascara. It is their loading length uplifting volume, and honestly guys, it is absolutely amazing. You only really need 1 to 2 coats. I've been testing Huda Beauty and Wow Lash, and actually I've been finding this a lot better, and that's just my own personal opinion. I will be doing a my review of it on Wednesday next week, but yes, this is great guys, and it's very budget friendly. You can get it in Boots or Superdrug, and it's just really, really lovely. So yes guys, so this is the end of the video. Do tune in for part 2 today. It's going to be cleaning the apartment, and I'll see you in the next video.